building somewhere between like 600, like I thought it was like just under 700 new apartments.
Paramus is a genius.
No,
I think this is a serious future. I don't think it's a trend. I think it's going to be here forever.
So the Westfield Garden State Plaza is creating a mall utopia where people can live there, eat there, work there, do everything there with a hospital and a hotel. What do we think about living at the mall?
Neiman Marcus, Louis Vuitton, Tiffany's.
Everything.
My wife would love it.
You have, your steakhouse. You have everything.
Oh,
I love
Capitol
it.
Grill.
You have Capitol Grill.
We love Capitol Grill.
I got to imagine you'd be broke living there, right?
Probably,
it's just all the money's coming out of your
well,
pocket.
Actually, they're going to subsidize. I think the retail mall is going to subsidize the apartments. So people come in at a lower price point so they can go shopping.
Who did that traffic study?
This is in Paramus, just so everyone knows. This is in Paramus, New Jersey, and this is one of the biggest malls here in New Jersey.
Paramus is a genius. Why is Paramus a genius? Because, well, first off, let's break this down on a non-materialistic level of just shopping. You have the state with more malls in it than any other state in the country.
Really? Is that New Jersey?
That's a fact.
Okay.
We have more malls than any other state. How were malls created? First, you had Main Street. Everyone here is local Main Street. That's where all your stores were. That's where the concept of Main Street came.
Yes.
There was an evolution where small shops were basically consumed by the Searses of the world and the Macy's of the world and the department stores, where you went and bought a lawnmower and a sweater and took pictures at the same spot. That was your 80s and 90s.
And
Now
got
people
eyeglasses.
aren't doing that as much anymore.
That killed Main Street.
Yeah.
Now that world died. That world began dying in the early 2000s, and you had identified boutique stores where the Hot Topics started popping up, and the Nordstroms were still surviving, the Macy's were cutting down, but the landscape changed where you didn't want to go to a one-stop shop. People started looking for the McDonaldized world ended, and people started looking for quality again and wanted to be unique.
Main
now
Street's
that
back.
But that ended.
died too during COVID.
That died.
So.
Yes.
Now everything you buy is online.
Malls are dying. We have a digital world.
Yep.
Malls are dead. Where are malls alive? Malls are alive in modern concepts that you see out in LA and California, which are communities, outdoor communities where it's more than shopping, it's a lifestyle experience.
They're alive in my heart too. I
So
love shopping.
the only way to create a mall with that much land that's going to be able to survive or have anchor tenants is to build an ecosystem of lifestyle living that will accommodate restaurants and some boutique shopping and whatnot. Main Street will never come back. Sears will never come back. Every generation has an evolution, and Paramus is far ahead of the curve for the rest of the state. They're geniuses for this, and they're going to make bank.
But imagine waking up and being like, I need a new shirt, and just being like, oh, let me go downstairs to Macy's or to wherever you want to go.
Well,
the
that's called New
Limited
York City.
Or like
well, that's true.
Amazon send it to me overnight. So
Yeah, but no,
I think
I'd
it's brilliant.
rather walk in. I'd rather walk in and feel it and touch it and
People
love it.
still like retail shopping.
Yes.
Exactly.
They just don't like to go retail shopping.
I gotta say, it's probably a better usage of the real estate.
It's a great usage of the real estate, and you've already got the traffic there. So by building on top of it, I'm sure they're doing multitasking with the parking.
It's hedging.
Yeah.
Look, we have a shortage of residential real estate.
Sure.
Residential real estate always makes money when you have a population to sustain it. Your retail is up for grabs. It's a risk. Now with this, you don't need anchor tenants. You don't need that big mall store.
Yep.
When Lord and Taylor closed, that little shopping center in, where is it?
Garden State Plaza.
No, before. There was Lord and Taylor,
It's
Best
actually
Buy,
Route 17.
Bed Bath & Beyond is
Oh,
there.
yes,
It's in
yes,
Paramus.
yes, the fashion center,
That
yes.
thing
Died,
died.
yeah.
It died like
Yeah.
a bird flying into a window,
Ooh.
right? At top speed. When you lose your anchor tenant, you lose.
And this
So
is all over the country.
You don't
I
need
think
it
this
anymore because the
concept-
tenants will pay.
This concept also works for Main Street. So I know you're saying Main Streets are dead, but Main Streets are also following the same strategy that the Garden State Plaza is doing by bringing the apartments. And as long as you bring thousands and thousands of apartments to any retail area that has an outside component or a shopping component, I think it will work.
I think it's not. I
agree
think the
with you.
problem that I think people go to the mall, they can park their car and they can go in and have a good time. On our main street, for example, if you get one ticket for the overtime meter, whatever you spent on that lunch or that dinner or that experience, when you calculate how people feel about getting a ticket and then the cost of the ticket, no one's coming back to that restaurant.
But that's because your main street isn't doing what they should be doing, and that's offering free shopper parking.
Yeah, well, we can't compete with them all.
Hackensack, and I will say this out loud. What is wrong with you guys? They ticket. You're 4 seconds over, and they ticket. They spent so much time.
Why are you
and
looking
effort.
at me about Hackensack?
Because I was told I can't look at the camera, right?
So Hackensack just went Park Mobile. We have
Yeah.
a remote app
No.
for your
Screw
parking.
Park Mobile. Screw Park Mobile.
Nobody wants to download another app.
Nobody wants a headache. Listen, bottom line, if you build all these apartments, and why are we a failed experience? We have nothing at night. There's no restaurants, no bars. Everything dies here
Actually,
at night.
it's totally changing now with the over 6,000 new residences that have come into Hackensack. and
Bringing
it's
residents
getting
into
better.
Guys, do you hear that?
downtown makes it big.
Do you hear that?
No, but bringing people into a downtown, fixing it up,
not as big.
fixing the broken windows,
Yeah.
it's all going to bring.
It's not as big as Garden State Plaza.
Not if people are going to get $60 it pisses them off, and they will not come back. They will go to the mall where they park for free.
But the people that live here will stay here and eat.
Not all malls let you.
Not
park
if
for
no one
free.
else is out. No one wants to go where it's empty. Nobody wants to
it's-
go where no one's out.
A couple of people
It's
eating in a
changing.
restaurant's not fun.
Yes.
A restaurant full of people.
Absolutely.
That's excitement. That's energy. That's
Yes.
fun.
Yes,
And I
but not
think-
not all malls are full of people.
I know so many people who live here, and they thought it would be cool, and it sucks because people from outside don't come here because they're so concerned throughout the day of
With
ticketing,
parking.
right? And parking is annoying. And
You know
that's
why
a
that
problem.
the ticketing exists? You know what the purpose? And
Yeah, to
not
make money.
No, if you have a limited amount of surface parking for retail and you let people park for free, they sit there all day long and they don't create turnover for new customers to come. You have to have a turnover.
Right.
That's how retailers get the new customers. It's fair to the next
Okay,
person.
that's a-
You
that's a-
have to
you know,
have that.
I-
So
I
what
actu-
Hackensack is building and working on doing new parking garages, which are going to help alleviate that problem. So these people that are going to go to a restaurant can go and sit in some of these garages for a longer period of time.
Let's sell them our property for millions of dollars. So put a parking garage. It's genius.
I really thought this was about
Solved our problem.
people parking cars and working in New York. They just park the car on the street and leave it there for 12 hours while they take a bus to
Well,
New York.
that too, and maybe the parking problem doesn't bother me because I'm originally from New York, so I've never parked my whole life.
Maybe it's because you have a parking lot to put your car
Well,
in.
that's true,
That's
too.
on Main Street.
That's true too.
Do you have a car? Like, if you don't have a car, it wouldn't bother you. But I think
Yeah.
His is electric, so it doesn't count as a car.
I think that people who get a ticket, even if it was
just
5
jealous
years
that
ago,
I don't
would
have to
still
buy
be
gas.
bothered.
Right. No,
right?
you're right.
That's an experience that they're not going to forget.
In any event, Garden State Plaza, it's
Is
going to be
this- is this
amazing.
a new
I'm excited
trend?
about it. I could totally see, one of my kids living there. It'll
Is
be
this a real estate trend?
He's trying to kick his kids out already. I can totally see one of my
Yeah.
kids living there.
Or
Bye bye.
downtown
Take out the
Hackensack.
4
But is
and
this a
5 year
real
olds.
estate trend, taking the malls and turning it in? Yes, no,
I think
yes,
this
no.
is a serious future. I don't think it's a trend. I think it's going to be here forever.
They're doing it at the Bergen Mall. They're adding somewhere between like 600, and I thought it was like just under 700
Yeah.
new apartments are going to be put up there.
It's a brainiac idea. It's very smart, as Nima said.
Nima, yes or no? Is this good or bad?
I think it's an evolution of maximizing
Yes.
returns on your investment.
All right,
I
great.
think that traffic is going to be outrageous.
Hopefully, all of our
be no
listeners,
cars
viewers
anymore.
will comment and tell us if they're going to live in the mall. If they would live in the mall, I'd live in the mall.
They're not
It's
in
great.
the mall. They're
It's-
adjacent to. It's mall
Same thing.
adjacent.
It's a demographic, though. They're not looking for families. They're looking for
I
young
know.
professionals.
I know.
Paramus genius town.
Thanks for watching this episode. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And we'll see you next time.